Welcome everyone to the Pantheon. I'm your host Ray,
And I'm Evie.
and today we're looking at The Equalizer. The movie came out in 2014, directed by Antoine Fuqua, a film that he's done with Denzel Washington for a number of years. They've done a sequel together and a bunch of films, including Magnificent Seven, Training Day. So Fuqua is no slouch. I mean, he understands. Even he did a movie called Southpaw with Jake Gyllenhaal. He knows how to capture an action movie, and this is no exception. This is part of our Wick Wednesdays as we get ready to count down for the John Wick 4 movie coming out later this year. So this is our idea to get ready for the action. Denzel plays a John Wick character. This is kind of like in the same bubble of concept where you have a hero, anti-hero, superhero, hero, if you will. And this is one of our special editions. We'll be doing a Wick Wednesday every Wednesday as we get to John Wick 4. So premise of this movie. Denzel Washington plays Robert McCall, an ex-operative, special forces. Similar to John Wick, he settles down. He puts that side of him, where the murderous side, the tactical side, the person who's a special forces assassin, if you will, to rest. He's buried that in the name of love, similar to that of John Wick. He's found love and he's moved on. He works at a hardware store. It's like kind of like a Rona or Mark's Work Warehouse kind of thing,
Okay.
but it's not. It's like kind of a generic company, and he's found a living. His wife's passed away, similar to that of John Wick, and he's trying to live a normal life, the everyday man living humble beginnings, if you will. And it's him meeting with this girl played by Chloe Grace Moretz, who's a call girl. He witnesses her being attacked because, in that profession there is a certain level of risk. It finds out that she's involved with the Russian mob, and he gets entangled in that in order to save her. And as a result, the deeper you go, you kick the hornet's nest, you get some more villains coming down that tree. So this is him trying to not to go back to that lifestyle, but him trying to do the right thing when someone calls for it, which was what The Equalizer was. It was based on a TV series, and it's about him, not him seeking revenge, but him trying to equalize the playing field, to give the person who was oppressed an opportunity to stand up for her misgivings. I mean, there's a TV series that was with Queen Latifah that came out not too long ago. Same idea. You have shows like the A-Team and what have you, shows that were they help the misfortunate, and they try to equal the playing field to give an opportunity for those who are down and out, an opportunity to find happiness or to find a common ground. So this is what this movie was about. Fuqua and Denzel Washington kind of put a different spin to it, but it's still a really good action film. And one of the cool action parts about it is the time of the stopwatch. He can foresee himself taking out his opponents psychologically, that kind of like in Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey Jr. He's able to foresee how to take out his opponent before it happens, and you kind of get that same sequence in here. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think you summed it up well. It was good.
Mm-hmm.
Action filled, kind of makes you feel sorry for him.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a guy. Gets involved in something he shouldn't, but that happened. I think it's well done, great movie. Kind of makes me feel sorry for him, but it really was a well done film, and like it has all of the things that the original did.
Mm-hmm.
Special effects were good. I'd give it like.
What do you think? Before I give your, what do you think about the villain? How did the villain, Martin Shazak's character who plays Nikolai? Because you need a good villain to make the movie work really well. So what's your take on that? On him?
On the villain, I liked them. Special effects were good. He didn't mess around. Mm-hmm. Like the one from John Wick, it was really well done. Mm-hmm. I really liked it. Do you think that that the lady in it should have had like, I don't know, put in more?
Which one? His friend? the
Yeah, his friend.
Melissa Leo's character,
Yeah,
the Secret Service or consulate person.
yeah,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah, because you don't know her backstory too much. We learn about her backstory in the sequel, because that's the
right.
next one. But like,
Yeah,
it's interesting because like Bill Pullman's in it, and I'm like, they have a big level actor, and these are two big actors, and they're not really utilized that much. They have a purpose in it, but it's a very small purpose. Yeah, I think it's really cool because she's the only character that kind of gives you a glimpse of like who he was in
okay.
his life, and yeah, it would be nice to know about her and their connection to each other, because like we learned through her story that he didn't really die in the accident in the Gulf War, I think it was, or Afghanistan,
You're right.
his death,
Okay.
and how tough he is. He's hard to kill, and that
Right.
sets up the tone for this movie. So, the
Yeah.
purpose of her scene is fundamentally important to establish his character.
Okay.
But you're right. To your point, it would have been nice to get more of her, because they have that connection, and it's sort of like really cool to see someone who knows his secret and plays off him so well. It is
Right.
very
Yeah.
much in the shadows, and it's sort of like kind of cool to. It's like an onion. You're peeling back the layers a little bit, and you're not. We're kind of getting that, but you just not enough, and you really want to get more. Similar to that of John Wick, the first one, where it's like
Right.
he's so like you see, there's no action in the first movie. As we and I reviewed last week, it's like, or last Wednesday, it's like there's no, like, until you get to the last third act, you realize this guy is like an assassin. Like the slogan was like, "Don't set off John Wick, don't set him off." What is he, a bomb? Like it's like that was the catchphrase.
Mm.
And with this one, is like you need something to motivate him to go back into the fold. Her role was to understand that fold and to give him permission to do what he does best.
Okay.
And that was really cool to see that. And I kind of like, you're right, I would love to see more of that, or at least in the second one, have more flashbacks in the sequel. That would have been really, really cool,
Cool.
to get more of the character. But good question.
Cool.
Okay. And so with that, I'm Ray.
And I'm Evie.
We'll talk to you next week. Take care.